0002, 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0007. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. Please, as always, turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see or hear, make no reference of it. And very importantly, keep your conversations civil. 90.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt. Hello, good morning. Oh dear, can you hear me? Good morning. Oh dear, all right, that's drop call scenario. Once again, please, when you have network challenges, try any of the numbers that we have available. Somebody's calling us on the WhatsApp line. Your number ends with 8531. Please, we wouldn't be answering that call. If you speak to us, please use the number 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003. All right, if you call those lines, I'm very sure they'll be active. We can get to have you join us in our conversation. Now, straight to WhatsApp now, and this one here says, Drew, good morning. This is a very tough one. This is where a lot of people have problems. Would you offend your partner? Yes. But punishment, I don't know how that works. But I give you my own view. When I'm upset with my partner, I give him space and I let him know how offended I am with whatever he does. I don't know about punishment though, but the thought has crossed my mind. Well, she doesn't know about punishment, but the thought has actually crossed her mind. Muriel is on the line from Okrika. I would love to get to hear what her views are on this. Muriel, good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. How or should you punish your partner if your partner does something wrong?
Dude, I wouldn't want the word punishment to come into it. But you were using the word discipline. And then discipline will come in different ways. You know, the way you discipline a child will be far different from how you discipline a spouse. You know, on one of these makers' videos, I saw one man that he said he doesn't like onions. And then the wife said, out of the trauma, she had been going through in his life, she said she didn't know when she added the onions. And the kind of beating he gave her, that was what broke the ice. And then she now went to this maker and wanted a divorce and all these things. So they asked the man, say, why? You said, how can you want to flog a wife, a good woman, they correct her? If not, how will she learn? That women are just like children. So I laughed and I laughed.
Wow.
For a spouse, you don't call it, you will punish. Discipline will come in different ways. It depends on the person. It depends on you too. You can decide to use the silent treatment. It's also punishing. Okay, you can use it. It's also discipline, but you don't use the cane. Just like the Bible says, you use the rod, you spare not the rod to spoil the child.
Spoil the child.
Not to spare not the rod to spare to spoil your spouse. The rod is not for your spouse. There are other ways.
Okay, so for you are saying
maybe the person that depends on you totally, restraining them from having access to your cash, one or two ways.
Okay.
That you're not happy. They need to change in one or two ways. And then maybe if you're this outing type, you go outing, then for some time, that moment you just you cut it off, just to send a message that please, I don't really like you. There are so many ways. But don't use the rod.
Okay, so don't use the rod to correct your spouse. But you just said, the person, whether it's the man or the woman, can withhold something, can withhold their money, can withhold dating. What if the woman?
Send a message that I don't like this. I don't.
Yes.
Like it. So it depends on what the person did too.
Fine.
But there are ways. you punish a person, you discipline a person.
Muriel.
But you do not move. Don't use the rod
Fine.
on your spouse.
Muriel, what if a woman wants to punish her husband and says, I will reject conjugal rights or visits from this man because this man did something to me? Would that be seen as a fair punishment? Just yes or no?
Of course. It's not forever, Well, maybe a few days, just to
a few days.
That I don't like this. And sometimes the men capitalize is okay, if you don't give me, there are so many, just like you said, your part two, So some men capitalize on that. Just you want to send a message, but if you know your husband, you know that if you do that, it's licensed to kill. He's going to slaughter the cows. Okay?
Miriam, thank you very much. Let's go on a break, please. Your messages and also share with you the information. Those of you who probably just joined in and you're not quite sure where the last conversation was headed, we're talking about punishment, and I gave the background of discipline, and the idea is, for you to know that in this context, for you to be disciplined means that you have the wherewithal to control yourself, to have self-restraint, and you don't act anyhow. I would say it in this country. You don't do anyhow. But when your partner gets to offend you, and your partner could be your intimate partner, could be your wife or your fiance, or it could also be your business partner, your friend that you and him or you and her have this shoe shop or this bullet joint together, and then the person does something wrong. Person not meant to do it, and the person knows that I am not meant to do it, or maybe the person didn't know, but now the person knows. 10% afraid. Do you punish? How? What exactly is discipline in a relationship? Is it okay to discipline an erring partner? Bella Mafibika says, no need. Just let go of the grudges and take a deep breath and breathe, because there's a new day ahead to conquer all the grudges. Okay, all right, just breathe. David on Facebook says, an erring partner. Even God will punish her. It's not me, it's David. Just go on our Facebook page. All right, you see it at Nigeriainfo PH. You see it at Nigeriainfo PH. All right, is where you find us. My name is Jude. We'll be back as we get on to the headline news. Stay tuned. More conversations, and boy, do I have some interesting messages for you.
Headline news. Nigeriainfo on
92.3.
Headline news.
Nigeriainfo Nigeriainfo. This is the headline news. My name is Jude Omamigbe. The headlines now. Elder statesman Celestine Omeya accuses some Rivers leaders of demarketing state. Governor Fubara attributes IGR growth to expanded tax net. PDP crisis deepens as acting chairman Damago moves to silence oppositions. Senate President declares Edo Central senatorial seat vacant. Nilgay expresses concerns over exclusion of local government workers from 70,000 naira minimum wage. NAFDAC destroys smuggled expired drugs worth billions in Oyo. In business, midstream agency denies stopping gas supply to Jankos over debt crisis. In entertainment, popular musician Charlie Poppy calls out Dapper Music over alleged financial exploitation. In sport, FIFA announces Spain, Portugal and Morocco as joint hosts for the 2030 FIFA World Cup tournament. And on the foreign scene, South Korean President Yoon defends martial law declaration amid impeachment threat. Details and more will come up your way in the 12 noon bulletin. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp message to 0808-721-7215. 0808-721-7215. My name is Jude Omamigbe. Thank you for listening and good morning.
Are you having problems listening to us via the Nigeriainfo app? Experiencing any bugs? Worry no more. Just click on settings and turn on the button which says always use highest available audio quality, and that's it. No more bugs. 92.3 Nigeriainfo FM, your number one talk radio station.
11:33 a.m. Greetings to you wherever you listen to us from. My name is Jude Omamigbe, and our final conversation this Thursday, this throwback Thursday, and I'll be ushering you away, all things being equal, with a throwback Christmas carol. But let me not be too ahead of myself. We have a conversation about discipline in relationships, and I'm not just narrowing it down to husband and wife type relationship. It's all relationships. I have offended my friends. Some of my friends have offended me. I've had scenarios where my friends say, "Guy, this is what you do. I know like him. I know like see no come my house. Just don't worry. Just go. Just take that. Just carry on. Just go. All right, and I'll go make sure I do you back." I don't know about girls, but for us guys, that's how I kind of grew up. We iron out our issues almost immediately. For those people who would leave those things there, they fester, you have resentment, but at some point they'll come to the ball and there's that verbal argument and okay, you know what, I'll take my football or I'll take my video game, I won't be there. Anybody ask me about you, I told them you don't exist and that kind of thing. And maybe after a while, maybe apologies will be made and that kind of thing. Discipline, right? First and foremost is the idea that you probably will not do the wrong thing to somebody else. But let's say something does happen, maybe for a lack of disciplinary, enforcement, or maybe a moment of madness. You lose it. You do something wrong. How should you expect, or what do you think your partner should do to you? If I also violate the traffic laws, for example, I expect that the FRC should catch me and then I should pay a fine. I've read out the fines to you before. Just the same way Rwanda recently said, we've caught some erring citizens who were pouring their dirt in places that they were not meant to. They are going to face some punishment. So you as a friend, you as the fiancé or the husband to this woman, you've done something wrong. Punishment? How should it be done?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0003, 0817923-0007, 0817923-0003, 0817923-0007. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. And I'm going to go straight to Facebook. WhatsApp is 0809030 6416, 0809030 6416. I'm going to get to WhatsApp shortly, but let me read these comments, on Facebook. Some very interesting comments. Now, Imperial Emmanuel Ike says, sounds absurd. What do you mean by punishing an erring partner? That's like punishing yourself too. And Emmanuel, you have a point. That's why some people would actually, there's something also self-flagellation. Aha, that's the word I'm looking for. Some people will punish themselves when they know that they've done something wrong. It's a form of discipline. Please listen. I am not saying, neither am I inferring, neither am I covertly trying to encourage you to take Koboko, Cane, Dr. Dogood, whatever you want to call it now, and use on your partner. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying the thought process is similar. You do something wrong, causality, cause and effect. You've offended your partner. Yes, your wife is your flesh and blood. Or you have turned into one now. So how do you Christians say it? You guys two have now become one. But that part of the one has done something to offend the whole. What do I know? Just asking questions. Now, Castle Fem says, Allah who won't go astray, go. Even Judas Iscariot was not redeemable. Promise Christ like says, love covereth multitude of sins. But if the mistake is too grievous, then there must be consequences. For example, paternity fraud. Now, a promise, thank you very much. That's a very good example. What if the problem, the infraction, is paternity fraud? How do you punish your partner? Should you even punish them? How do you resolve that quagmire? 0809-030-6416. That's WhatsApp, and I'm getting there a lot of comments on that platform. Let me quickly read as many as I possibly can before we get back to the phone lines. Keep your calls coming through. Now, Ogu Ojona Justice just dropped in and says, people fail to understand that when you forgive someone, you have also forgiven yourself, because there's no place to hold grudges against the person. Justice, I agree. Forgiveness is important. But are you saying that when somebody, your business partner, for example, your brother, for example, and once again, the topic is discipline in relationships. If any of these persons, even your mother, if your mother is to offend you, you're a grown adult, you have your own house, or you're about to get your own home, your father says or does something that offends your very spirit, offends the ethos that you've been operating in, what do you do? Good morning, Jude. For me, this is on Facebook, by the way. Sorry, let me just quickly clarify. This message is coming up on Facebook. Chineye Obianuju says, for me, I will let him know communication is key. There's no point disciplining my partner. But if that's his style, then so be it. I would prefer he talks to me about it and I apologize. If I'm to be punished, then so be it. If you have to be, how would he punish you? Please, Chineye, give me an example. Would he not give you money? Would he stop talking to you? I don't understand. What? Define your punishment, please. But communication would be much better preferred. Two wrongs don't make it right. It's best we talk about it and be corrected in love. That's Chineye on Facebook. All right, more messages on Facebook. I'll come back to WhatsApp. A lot of messages are coming on WhatsApp. I'll get to you. Please do bear with me. This one says, Ogoni discipline is the best. Please, what's Ogoni discipline? My Ogoni brothers and sisters, how do you put discipline? I don't even know what that means. Honorable Wanaka says, if it is physical punishment, I'd say no. But if there are other forms of punishment, so what are the other forms of punishment? These are the kind of questions. You know what? When I'm done here, I'm going to ask Efechiri on Wazobia, ask her to ask what kind of punishment? I really need to understand this. Messages now. Now, this one says, hello, Jude. Good morning. Salvation Wali from Alakaya. I'm a tailor. And I could remember when I was learning from my boss, Jude, I made a lot of mistakes. And I mean a lot. I spot customers' clothes. Sometimes when they ask me to buy something, I'd buy another thing. He'd shout at me sometimes. And also he advised me. But he never punished me or disliked me for my attitude. I learned a lot from my mistakes. And now I can say I'm a better tailor than I was before. I would want to treat my apprentice the same way. Treat your apprentice the same way. Okay, all right, good, fair. I think that's the best way. Treat everybody fair. All right, good morning, Jude. Says a happy Christmas in advance. Oh, I wish you the very same. I wish you the same. Jude, if it's my mother, my father, siblings, whoever, aside my husband, I will retaliate. So your brothers, your sisters, they do something to you, you will retaliate. But your husband, you said you will talk it out. This is interesting. Excuse me. It depends on the intention. Right? The error itself and the consequences of the error. Everything is not fight. Some things are not that deep. I have heard a so-called pastor who, because his wife actually served food later than she should have, which yes was wrong and annoying, he told her he would curse her and a trailer will come from nowhere and crush her to death. Jude, I did not mishear or misunderstand what was said. I wasn't the one he was talking to, but I was traumatized on her behalf. I wondered if it was just food or if there was another thing that caused him to be okay with releasing such wicked words on his wife and the mother of his children. Like, what kind of heart does a person have for such a thought to marinate in their mind and for them to think it is okay for such to come out of their mouth? This is not how sane people behave. And he will lay hands on someone's head for prayers. Let's stop entertaining unnecessarily wicked people to the extent of giving them the title of honor of spouse. Before we got together, my husband begged me that if he offends me or does something I don't like, I should please not talk to him like he is stupid or useless. I have a quicker temper than he does, and words are my tool. So on the few occasions where I have felt steam coming out from my ears, I just tell him to give me space, and I'll drop my phone. If I can't see him, I can't talk to him, and if I'm not with my phone, I can't write something in the heat of the moment that I know we will regret later. Because there's a way I will talk, and they might not have raised the ancestors on both sides from the dead to attend the family meeting that will be needed to settle us. You see that? Please, talk to me. I've done something wrong. Talk to me. Interesting. All Good Justice says, Jude, I will forgive the person and the discipline is that my attitude will change. Attitude will change. Back to the four lines. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. All right? At Nigeriainfo, PH at Nigeriainfo. PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo, PH at Nigeriainfo, PH. All right, this one here is from Sammy. Sammy says, G, good morning. Let's be honest, a lot of men cannot take a third, not even half, a third of what they dish out to women on a regular. And some of these men punish their wives very regularly when their wives offend them. I know of men who stop giving their wives money for feeding. Sometimes they will stay away from the house for weeks. And even worse, they transfer the same aggression to the children from that woman. All because woman did something that they felt was very difficult to forgive. How is this any different from what the government or the police does to people? I'm not saying nobody should punish, but the men who are talking are not being honest, Sammy is saying. Guys, is there truth in Sammy's comments? But there are some men in a bid to punish their wives who stop giving their wives money, avoid them, says they will stay out of the house for weeks, and then they transfer aggression to their children. Now, personally, I would feel very uncomfortable if I know anybody who transfers aggression to their children. It's not like you bought the children. It's not like your own children. I don't know how I feel about that. I haven't experienced that, so I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. But I would like to hear from you. I'd like to hear from you. Sammy, thank you very much. John Wall Google says, Jude, I would like to state that forgiveness is good, but it all depends on the gravity of the offense. Remember the 5-finger natural laws which says, man, reap what you sow. John Wall Google. You see, the thing about discipline is a lot of people claim to have it, but when life comes at them, they fail woefully at it. We all offend everybody at one point in time. Even you, Jude. I take personal offense at some of these songs that, oh wow. I'm sorry. I take personal offense at some of the songs that you play. But does that mean that you deserve punishment? Instead, I would like to offer you my point of view. I would tell you I don't like what you did, But yes, there are some offenses rather that actually needs to be punished. But I don't know how that can happen in a marriage or a serious relationship. Esther says. First things first, Esther, sorry about the choice of music I came to listen to here, but appease a very wide range of audience. It's not just age range. Sometimes you know, even within the same age range, people have different taste. Music is very fluid. It's very vast. So yeah, hopefully that makes up for my inadequacies as regarding the music you listen to. But Esther does have a point. She really does have a point there, because if you can talk about it, what about those things? Like somebody said, paternity fraud. Please, gentlemen, how do you punish a woman who has committed paternity fraud? And ladies, what if the man you are with finally opens up to you that he has 2 children outside before he met you? Or, let's say he's having an affair with your best friend. How do you punish? Wait, hold on. Let me say this before I answer the calls. I'm not saying that because the person did something that you are ending the relationship. No. I'm saying in the context of that space that an offense has been done. The next logical thing is maybe some form of maybe discussion or okay, I'm not going to do this thing again. Like someone said, you avoid the person. You give the person some time apart. Fine. But what if the person's crime is very grievous? Paternity fraud, for one. Maybe the person lied about either their marital status or maybe the number of children that they had or the nature of the person's business or something that actually jeopardizes your well-being. Ladies, how do you punish somebody? Jude, for paternity fraud, any woman who I know has committed paternity fraud needs to be removed from my space. Whether it's my brother's wife or my wife, as far as I know, that's the only punishment. Just let the person go. No need to explain further. Isn't that extreme? My good sir. Isn't that extreme? You just throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's no middle ground. There's no point where we can say, okay, let's have a common understanding. None for you. It's over. The person should go. Okay, once again, these are the views. Jude, I told you have got a weird playlist. Now Esther is corroborating that. Repent already. Nay, 1,000 times nay. There's nothing to repent from of. I have an eclectic ear, and then it's not my fault that the library is here. What do you want me to do? Clement on NTA Road. Clement, how do you forgive somebody that has done something really bad to you? A partner.
Well, good afternoon.
Punish. Good morning, Clement.
Jude, you see, even we punish ourselves when we are displeased with maybe something that we have done. How much more someone that is very close to us? We actually want to either rant, air our opinion. Of course, some people will just withdraw themselves, just go back to their shield, and some want to say it out and let the person, for me, I would like to say it out and let the person know, guy, Dave, what you do, I know like her.
Friend.
And because I don't talk out, Me, I have said it.
So
Now,
there's no other action needed after that.
Well, for the first time, I will say it out. And if it's that same thing repeats itself again, like they usually say, first, na mistake. Second, na deliberate. Like, make I do what you do. So that is where I will not click action, because I will say, if you do them first and I talk, and you do them again, this one, they do one eye for your eye. Make I see what thing you go do. And that means I have to do something. Don't ask what I will do. Now, let's talk about...
sorry, Clement, we're out of time. I would love to read your message. Send it to me on WhatsApp. They'll be made part of our conversations that we put up on Facebook. Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure doing this. Tomorrow is Friday. What's happening? Oh, it's Friday. See you tomorrow.